Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Katie Weaver Show. I got to jump on my producer. I hope you guys are well. I apologize. We started a few minutes late. It has been a hectic morning at my house. It is the 2nd of November at about 11 a.m. Pacific time, and I'm so happy to be here. I hope that you guys are well. I want to let you know that this is the live stream of the Katie Weaver Show, and we're showing up in a few different places. Of course, we are streaming through 12 Radio, and we are live streaming this event through Spoon, as well as over video stream through YouTube and Facebook. And you can find those by searching for for Katie Weaver Domestic Mystic on YouTube or on Facebook. Or if you'd like to listen via Spoon, you can find that by looking for the True Crime Paranormal. So that's how to do it. Huh, that is a mouthful. I hope that you guys are well. We are in a very weird energy today. I'm sure you already know that. But let's talk about it for those of you who may not. We are having a major solar storm right now, and that is causing some serious uh, what's the right word? Upheaval in the universe. And that's got everybody really out of whack. So I'm curious to know how you are doing, if you're feeling a little weird and off, or if you're feeling great. Uh, with solar storms, a lot of times brings a lot of trouble with the Schumann resonance, a lot of shifting in the Schumann resonance, and we're certainly experiencing that right now. And so it's just creating a really off kilter energy for a lot of people. So depending on how you roll with chaotic energy, you may be really feeling it. So today we'll talk a little more about that. We'll talk about the Schumann resonance a little bit. We're going to do some grounding with singing bowls. Overall, we're just going to do our best to understand this energy and hopefully get feeling a little bit better, because it looks like we're going to be in this for a few days. So here we are. I am so anxious today, and that's not normal for me, but I have just been climbing out of my skin this morning. Poor Scott and the dogs. I almost can't stand to be in the same house with anybody. I'm so wigged out. So it'll be good for me to do some work too. But before that, I do have a little show and tell. Uh, for those of you that are not in the live stream, I'm going to put a couple of links in the chat room so that you can see what I'm talking about. But I have been working really hard down in the art studio, and I have a couple of things to show for myself that I'm really excited about. And if you are not in either place where I can share this with you, all you have to do is go over to Etsy and look for Joyful Goddess Designs, and you'll find my store, and you can find the stuff that I'm sharing with you today. So one way or another, we can connect on these things. All right, so I just posted in the chat room. There we go. Okay. All righty. So first I want to show you, I just posted today for sale in my Etsy store, this gorgeous sun catcher. So I had to share it with you guys because I know that you'll love it as much as I do. It is made out of resin and prisms. It's the phases of the moon. So the top piece is, of course, the full moon, and it's clear resin that is full of chunky iridescent glitter. So there are several pieces of it. We have the full moon, then we have, the moon that's starting to wax. We have the half moon, and then all the phases as it slivers down. Isn't that pretty? You guys, it's so gorgeous in the sunlight. I can't even tell you. So there's a video in the Etsy listing of it actually in the sunlight so that you can see it. But anyway, I am so excited about this one. It turned out so pretty. I love it. I'm going to have to make one for myself. I love all the shiny glittery stuff. I only have one of these posted, but if it sells quick, I'll probably just make a handful more because I love these. And again, they are so pretty in the sun. And we've talked lots of times about using prisms as a way to send rainbows through your house to refract light to help break up energy. It's a feng shui trick, and this would be perfect for that. So, yeah, I'm excited. I love it. So again, it's one of those pieces that I'm like, do I sell this or do I hang it up in my house because I love it? But I can always make more. So I'm going to offer it in my Etsy store instead. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys, I've been playing a lot with heat resin printing. I've been showing it to you guys, and I've been building birth charts. So it's a birth chart that would have, of course, your name, birth date, place, and time with your natal chart. And I can do these in black or in white. And they're gorgeous to frame, to hang up, to just have as reference. So I'm super excited about those two. And some of like the foil art is so hard. It's so hard to photograph and show you how honestly gorgeous it is. But anyway, this is my daughter Mars's chart, in case you're wondering who this person is, who this scorpion is. But my poor kids, they're basically just my guinea pigs for literally everything, right? But at any rate, you can also pick those up on Etsy if you're interested. I think these would make a really fun birthday present or Christmas gift. They are, let's see. So, and you can, again, you can get those in black or in white, and you can get them in a ton of different foil colors. So, and I'm still working on getting my trees posted. I finally got them all photographed this morning, and I've showed some of these guys to you, but I have been doing all of my, I have a foil tree collection that's going to be going up in Etsy shortly as well, that I think are pretty special. So anyway, yeah, having a lot of fun down in the resin room and creating and coming up with cool stuff. So yeah, so you can see the resin or the tree collection. I'm hoping will go up today. It's finally all photographed, so now it's just the mundane work. I love making stuff. I hate putting it on the. I hate putting it up. It's just that's the boring, mundane part, and it's dumb because that's like probably a 20-minute job, but still, it's not my. I should have. I just should train Scott to do it, so I don't have to do it by myself because I don't like it. Or I don't know. I could just discipline myself, right? But anyway, that's some of the fun stuff I've been working on over here. Oh, and some cool stuff coming from the new 3D printer too shortly. So anyway, that's all of that jazz. And you guys, if you have any questions or if you see something that you would want to have made that I can personalize and make for you, just reach out to me. I can probably do it as far as prints are concerned. So yeah, well, here we go. Let's take a look at Luminous. As you guys know, I publish a magazine every Tuesday morning, a compilation of my work and work from my friends. And I always like to go through it with you guys because a lot of times there are things in the magazine that I want to touch on the show. If you're over in Spoon, you can check out Luminous by heading over to katie-weaver.com, clicking on the chat, or sorry, katie-weaver.com and clicking on the Luminous magazine button. Hello. And you can take a look. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And we'll go through it. Okay. Really, really love the cover this week. A lot. You know how I feel about Merkabas and sacred geometry. Or if you don't, I shouldn't just assume I love Merkabas and sacred geometry. Okay. Well, of course, I hope that you guys had fun for Halloween. We did Halloween on Saturday night. Depending on where you live, you guys, I know some of you, your communities celebrated on Saturday night or on Sunday night. Of course, we live in a deeply religious area that would never dream of celebrating Halloween on on Sunday. So we're just lucky we got away from Jesus Ween, which was apparently a thing that was rolling around in some people's minds to, rename Halloween. I don't think they thought it through very well. Jesus Ween, I don't know. That doesn't seem right. But anyway, whatever. That didn't happen. But we did celebrate on Halloween, or sorry, the night before Halloween, and it was we had a lot of fun. We drank absinthe, and I love absinthe, but I don't know if it was the absinthe or just eating garbage, but I was so sick on Sunday, it was just stupid. And again, I don't know that it was the absinthe. I actually never get hungover. Also, I didn't actually drink that much. So it's not like I, you know, should have gone and totally screwed myself up, but wow, I felt horrible. I had a really hard day on Sunday. So anyway, probably no more absinthe for this girl for a while, but it was fun while it lasted. I did call the magazine the flared edition this week because we are so freaking flared up. My God. So, the solar storms and the Schumann resonance, you're going to be feeling it physically, spiritually, and emotionally. So, be kind and gentle. People that suffer from chronic pain are probably suffering more than usual right now. That's really normal. And if that is you, obviously, give yourself a very gentle birth, right? Like, no pushing too hard, no forcing yourself to do things that you're really not up to, no beating yourself up. Just be really gentle right now. Lillian, she said, you're only supposed to drink a small glass, and she saw that big glass I had. That was mostly sugar-free Sprite with like one shot or maybe two shots. Yeah, but absinthe, you guys, it hits different. Oh, way different. I did not see the green fairy, however. Always kind of hoped to, but no. Okay. Anyway, let's talk about the Schumann resonance a little bit. This is an article about the Schumann resonance that I wrote a few years ago to try and help you understand it. What the Schumann resonance is, it's a set of spectrum peaks in the extremely low frequency portion of the Earth's electromagnetic field spectrum. Now, there's a mouthful. So here's what we know. The Schumann resonance, up until 2014, it was measured around 7.83 hertz. Always. It would come up maybe a tiny, tiny bit and down a tiny bit, but that was the constant. And starting in 2014, we started to see it spiking like a lot, sometimes clear up into like the 90s. And since then, it's been all over the place. So, what we have discovered is when people are in general feeling really off and weird, it is likely that you are feeling the Schumann resonance. So, when we're done with Luminous, I'm going to share a screen and show you what it looks like. But this article gives you some really good information about how it can feel and what you can do for yourself in the meantime. And then I did include a link to my favorite site for tracking the Schumann resonance. And I don't know if you can click on that. That might not have been very helpful. I'm going to share a link in the chat room for you, though. We're going to keep talking about this when we're done with the magazine. So never fear. I'll share a link with you so that you can track it yourselves. Okay. So let's keep going. All right. So looking at bitch scopes, of course, Miss Kelly. Here's what she says about today. Mercury square Pluto. Deep thinking. Mars quincunx North Node. Must adjust action plan. Frustration. Sun quincunx Ceres. feeling unappreciated at home. Venus conjunct galactic center, the feeling of divine purpose. So let's read one scope. I know it's Scorpio's birthday, but we read you last week, so boo. About Virgo. I continue to feel that you are emerging from something, Virgo. You are coming back into or back into alignment with your purpose. As you continue to step into more of who you authentically are, don't feel rushed. It isn't a race. The little things that catch your attention and distract you have meaning. So don't feel like you must be perfectly austere and singularly focused. A few little side trips on your journey to the new you are good for you. Be sure you read your bitch scope. It always gives you a pretty good peek into the week. Read yours, read your spouses, read your kids, read your bosses, so that you know what to expect. Okay, my tip this week is my rainy day bath salts. I did these because, well, it's raining today, but also because this weird energy has a lot of my chronic pain clients really flared up. So this is a good one for aches and pains, for feeling that rain. So you combine 2 cups of sea salt, 10 drops of birch oil, and 10 drops of eucalyptus oil. Put that all in a jar, shake it really well. You want to store it in an airtight container, preferably glass, and then add a half of a cup to your warm bath water for a good soak. Birch and eucalyptus are such a great combo. Also, do not get this in your eyes. Per any essential oil, don't get it in your eyes. Okay. Christy brings us her card of the week, and it's a little YouTube video, so I'll let you guys watch that on your own. But the card this week is protect. The primary message is conscious awareness, discernment, foundation, forethought, and intention. And you may very well feel the need to protect yourself, your job, your family this week, because again, we are feeling ungrounded and pretty wonky. The Magic Monday message from Melissa Caprio is I am worth it, with an awesome postcard reflecting that. So thank you, Melissa. Over at True Crime Paranormal. Oh, what a week so far. On Monday, we covered Isabella Ariel Kalua. She is a missing 6-year-old from Hawaii and under some really suspicious, weird circumstances. And then yesterday, we covered that case out of Houston. You guys may have heard about this. 3 little boys were recently rescued by the police. They had been living alone in an apartment with the corpse of their 8-year-old brother that had been murdered a year prior by mom's boyfriend. And it is a gut wrenching case. Gut wrenching. Uh, it's one of those cases that makes me go, we didn't even cover it when it first came out. This happened a week ago, but it just felt so, oh my God, just so painful that we didn't cover it initially. But we have to talk about child abuse. We have to. We have to. We can't pretend like things don't happen because we don't like them, you know? So it's one of those cases, and I don't know about my sensitive friends if you even want to watch it. But at the same time, like I said, we can't just deny things that we don't like. We have to face the things that are happening in our society head on, even if they suck, even if it's painful to talk about, because if we don't, who will? And when we pretend like things like this aren't happening, we just become a part of the problem. Okay, Anita brings us Archangel Metatron. I thought this was such a good choice for this week. She says Archangel Metatron is believed to have lived as a human on Earth. He has a very matrix like energy aura around him, which makes sense given that he uses the Merkaba cube to heal, lift spirits, and banish negative energies. You can call on him anytime for healing, and it will be powerful. He is connected to geometry, and is known as a teacher of high vibrating and esoteric knowledge. He is very connected to helping children with extrasensory gifts and also helping parents who interact with these children. He loves to provide us with downloads of divine wisdom. He often appears in sparkly energy and helps us with balance and spiritual DNA issues. Call on him for healing and assistance with learning new spiritual concepts. I thought Metatron was perfect for this week, knowing that we're going through a super weird and intense energy. He's weird and intense anyway, so probably good to help bring balance there. Celestial Wisdom with Jamie Dawn this week. So good. She was talking about the Scorpio new moon and what we can expect. And there you have it. That is luminous. So I hope that you guys find something in there that is a tidbit for you that you can use. Should be helpful. Yeah. Okay. Terry wanted to know, what does it mean to see the green fairy? And Sid said she thinks the green fairy means that your brain gets so fried by the absinthe that you start seeing the actual spirit of the spirits you just drink in excess. I guess so. That's what they say, that if you drink enough absinthe, you'll see the green fairy, but I did not. Maybe I did. Maybe that's why I was so sick. Hello, Jennifer. Yeah, Jesus Ween. I mean, come on, man. That was not well thought out. Okay. Maybe it was the Sprite that made me sick. You know what it probably was, to be honest? It was probably the pizza. Yeah. Mars was home. Mars was home for the weekend for Halloween. It's the first trip home she's had since she started college. And her birthday is next week. And Scott's birthday was last week. So we had our family birthday celebration along with Halloween. And she wanted pumpkin rolls for her birthday cake. And so I made those, and that was fine. They were keto, they were fine. But we also ordered pizza because it, there was not enough time in the day to prepare a big meal. Also, I didn't want to. So we ordered pizza. And I wonder if it's the pizza that killed me. Oh, so miserable. Anyway, yeah. And the truth is, because I don't eat gluten hardly ever. Very, very rarely do I ever eat wheat. And so I thought maybe it was that. Also, Pizza Hut's pizza has a lot of soy in it. And personally, I think Pizza Hut is the best pizza in the whole wide world. But all that, it has a lot of soy. And I don't think that my body likes that. But, I have been mostly carnivore now for almost 3 months. And eating stuff that's not, I realized actually kind of right away how much pain my stomach has been in every day. That my stomach actually always hurts. And I've said that before. I feel like I have a stomach ache every day, like all the time. And when I went carnivore, and I know some of you guys will not agree with that way of eating, and it's fine. It's not for you. It was for me, but uh, that pain went away. Pain, discomfort, bloating, just all of it. And so I was thinking when I was so sick on Sunday, I thought, I wonder how much of this is just that I have not been in this pain for a while. This feels a lot like what I used to feel all the time. So, of course, back to carny eating yesterday and, well, Sunday actually. And I felt so much better yesterday. I feel great today. But anyway, there you go. It's an unfortunate truth for me that I have to really accept the fact that my body is completely unwilling to process most foods. And I wish that wasn't the case, but these days that seems to be the truth for me, that I am better to stick to two or three very basic foods and not push it. When I do, I will pay for it. And maybe it's worth it, Maybe occasionally I want to have the birthday cake, or I want to, go out to dinner or whatever, and that's fine. But I also have to be prepared for the consequences, just like anything, I guess. Jane said those flare ups aren't being helped by leftover Halloween candy for me. I do get that. I do. Okay. I want to take a look at the Schumann resonance with you guys for just a minute. It has been everywhere. So I'm going to share a link in the chat rooms so that you guys can look at it yourself. It is dis- disclosurenews.it/Schumann resonance today if you are not in one of the chat rooms. But you guys have asked me a lot of times because you can find the Schumann resonance all over the internet, but some of the sites are really, really confusing. This one kind of is too, but they do a better job explaining what it's all about. Yeah. Yeah. Ah, Lillian, see, she tried keto and her gallbladder couldn't handle it. Well, see, I don't have one. That's probably also why I was so sick. Eating, yeah, well, whatever. Okay. I'm going to share this screen here, but let's talk. So I shared a link in the chat room for the Schumann resonance with you guys. And let's take a look at it together here. Oh, she doesn't have one anymore either. Thanks, keto. Gotcha. Okay. So this is the site that I'm talking about. So right now it's at power 39, blackout 41. So again, remember that, and these are just charts of like where it's been. This is measured in hertz. So again, and weirdly, a couple of weeks ago, the Schumann resonance completely disappeared for a couple of days, and people were so confused about where it went, and then it just came back. It is very weird. So let's take a look. All right. So the hertz is sitting at about 7.47, which is normal, but the power being up to 41 is really high. Now, because it can also sit right here in the 7.7 range, but not today. So we're up quite a bit. So we'll see what they say. So see, this is where it was in October. So all over, but look at these peaks clear up here to amplitude of 55. That's really high. So 41 right now, but see, they had a blackout today, which again, that shouldn't happen. That's really weird that that's happening. And that's probably happening because of solar flares, but I don't think that anybody really knows for sure. Anyway, so let's see, they their notes aren't as current as they used to be, as far as what they're seeing, but oh no, this is current. Okay, so here's what they've said. The day has been characterized so far by a data blackout that lasted 7.5 hours, which again, very weird, from 2 to 9:30, in conjunction with the geomagnetic activity that in those hours reached to KP index 4. In any case, primary frequency, which was low since yesterday, remained at 7.4, where it continues to fluctuate at the time of this update. The amplitude has significant swings, reaching power 39 just before the blackout at 2, and maximum value so far of power 41 shortly after 13 UTC. At any rate, I know it gets really complicated, but basically those are the numbers that we want to look at on this chart. We're looking at the main number, like where's the amplitude right now? 41. We'll see that as low as 7 or 8. That's the norm. But again, right now for it to be clear up to 41 is wild. To have this blackout spot right here does not happen. Does not happen until just recently. So what does it all mean? I mean, again, they are blaming that on uh, the solar flares, and I'm sure it is because of the solar flares. But uh, remember that the Schumann resonance is basically considered to be the heartbeat of the Earth. It is a magnetic frequency that we measure in hertz. And so when the magnetic pole of the Earth is off balance, like it is right now because of what the sun's doing, we're going to see some weird stuff. So if you go back to this chart later and you're looking, wondering, why do I feel so weird? This is the number you want to look at. And they always have it in this big blue box or this big box, and they have the number circled, in bold so that you can see it and get a sense of, okay, that's where we are. If this is down in the like 7, 8, 9, 10 range, it's probably not why you're so thrown off. But when we're getting up into the 20s, 30s, 40s, I have seen this number as high as 97. You might be feeling kind of ungrounded and weird. They do seem to correlate. So hopefully that helps. You guys, a lot of you have asked me to help explain this better, and that's what I know. So hopefully that helps a little bit. But anyway, yeah, weird. But to see it go off the charts like that, really weird. To just disappear, yeah, that doesn't happen. So anyway, ay, here we are. Hello, Ivy. Okay. So I wanted to do, yeah, we're going to do a group grounding, Lillian, right now. I have Lillian. Why do I do that? It drives me crazy. I do know your name, I promise. All right. So I'm going to use the Tibetan singing bowl in the note of C. And I'm going to play the bowl twice. The first time, I just want you to breathe with it and allow the frequency of the singing bowl to just help you to release anything in your root that's no longer serving you. So any energy of chaos, of that could be causing you to be ungrounded, to be having you, connecting you to feeling weird and off. This is the point of it, is letting go of anything you're carrying that's no longer serving you in your root. So we'll do that first. So just breathe, focus on your root chakra, and let that stuff go. Okay. Very good. Okay. So now let's change gears. This time, I'm going to play the bowl and I'm going to talk you through a grounding exercise. So first, I would like you to allow red tree roots to grow out of the bottoms of your feet and send them deep, deep, deep into the earth, grounding you further, further, and further into the earth. So let's do that now. Okay. And then from your left foot, I would like you to pull a strong burst of energy from those roots all the way from your left foot all the way to the top of your head and back down into the earth. So we'll start slow. So from your roots all the way up into your left foot, to your ankle, your knee, your hip, all the way up your side to your shoulder, to the top of your head, and back down into the earth, to your shoulder, down your side, to your hip, to your knee, to your foot, and back down into your roots, and around and again. We're creating a reciprocal energy. So back up faster now from your foot all the way up to the top of your head, and push that energy back down your right side all the way into the earth and ground it deep into your roots and back around and up the left side all the way to the top of your head and back down into the earth. Now just let that energy continue to flow and feel it here for a minute. Good. Okay, perfect. Okay, so that is a grounding exercise that is really meant to help you keep that reciprocal energy in place. Remember that your root chakra is kind of like your kidneys. It helps to ground out any energy that you're carrying that's no longer serving you or that you don't need anymore, spent stuff, especially up here in your crown, because that's where all of that thinking and overthinking and constant mind chatter happens. And then we're grounding it back into the earth to be recycled. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but it can be changed, right? It can be transmuted. So that's the goal. So that's what we are doing. That's why we do it that way. All right. So I hope that helps you guys. That felt really good to me. Pardon me. I definitely needed that too. The lemon trees that I have in my office are in full bloom and they're gorgeous and they're making me cough. And I have a little lemon on that's like this big. It's so cute. But lots and lots of blooms, so I'm hoping to get a bunch more going. We'll see. I talked about my lemon trees recently in on True Crime Paranormal, and someone commented. The comments people leave on YouTube, you guys, my God. I don't know what people I don't know. But the anyway, someone commented to let me know that will never work and my trees will never bloom and I will never get fruit because you have to have bees to pollinate. Which was an odd thing to say considering I was talking about all of the fruit I have grown on these trees over the years. But it would be wonderful to have bees to pollinate. But in indoor plants, you don't. Some people pollinate their lemon trees with a Q-tip. Some people just run a little fan to help move the pollen between your trees. And some people keep their windows open as much as they can to let a little breeze come in. And that's what I typically have done. And now that it's cold, I'll just run a little fan. But anyway, wow. It was interesting to find out that I was incredibly stupid for thinking that my trees would never, or for thinking I would get fruit on trees that I obviously couldn't because there's no bees in here. Anyway, I've really had to develop a thicker skin thanks to YouTube and TikTok because, geez almighty, people are mean. Ridiculous and mean. All right, let's see. Tiffany, I was going to launch my friend's website today. Should I not do that with the solar storms? Maybe people will have trouble accessing it. You can. You can do that. You don't have to worry about it too much, Tiffany. Just keep an eye because if you don't do it today, I mean, this is going to go on for several days. So do it. Just keep a close eye on it because it's possible. It's been really weird. We had a huge fire and explosion at our uh, power station on Saturday, and our power was out for about 8 hours because of it. It definitely been weird, and I don't know about you guys, but tech has been a little weird for me too. Hello, human meme. Nice to have you here in Spoon. Okay, why do we do the grounding through the left side? Because typically, most people, the way their energy system runs is from that left foot all the way up through and through the right side. I should say though, Lillian, that if you felt like you were like swimming upstream with that and it felt abnormal, you should switch and pull your energy through the right foot and back down through the left. But most people, that's how their energy system runs, is from the left to the right. Yeah. Oh, Ivy said the singing bowl moved her right shoulder stiffness. Nice. Very good. Yeah, I'm with you, Raven. I needed it too. Very good. What a weird energy we're in. Well, we do have 10 minutes left, and I had intended on doing some readings today. So if I can help you with anything, let me know. I did see a question from Sid about her dog. Let's get there. All right. She says, would you please ask Patchouli Pup if she was feeling crazy, sad, confused, and betrayed? That she just wanted to scream and cry after she was dumped on the streets. But instead, she stuffed that down. Did she also have a feeling of resignation or a feeling of being often ignored by her old family? Oh, let's tune into that. No, as far as the being really vocal when she was abandoned, she did a lot of that. She's still doing it. She's vocal. But she didn't stuff it down per se. I feel like she did a lot of vocalizing. She needed to. She does. Even now, she gets a feeling of resignation when there's something that she doesn't quite like. She'll kind of resign herself to just having to accept it. She's been forced to accept a lot of mistreatment and being ignored in her life. And so, for you, Sid, I think sometimes she might cling too much or make you, feel like you can't have any autonomy at all. But she's so much more comfortable now. I feel like she knows very well that she's safe and that you have her needs covered. Sweet girl. Yeah. Oh, Quelly said her left side is really tight. Oh, good. I hope that helped. I do. Oh, Lillian said, I think I did it wrong. I pulled the energy up through the left side and sent it back down the left side instead of right. Oh, just redo it. You know what to do. Ivy. Yeah, let's take a look. She just wanted an energy read. Let's take a peek. All right. I feel like that grounding helped. I'm going to ground you a little bit more as well, actually. Interesting for you, though, Ivy. You actually do quite well in chaotic energy. I feel like that is because you were raised in chaotic energy. It's also just your personality type. Like you can handle it. Whereas some other people might go, yeah, I can't. No, I have to stay home. I can't deal with that. And you can. You do get overwhelmed sometimes, but you thrive in chaos better than other energy types do, which is interesting because you're quite the empath, but you actually do. There's a place in you that can find safety. Okay. I'm going to really pull open your sacral. Your sacral chakra is a little closed down, and that really affects you because you have a need to be creative and in lots of different aspects. And I feel like when that creativity is shut down, you feel very off centered, almost ungrounded. And it is the lower three chakras. So that's not too big of a surprise, but you operate through touch and feel. And that's part of that creative center. So I'm just opening that up really well. And a really good balance here in your solar plexus, too. One thing that's been happening for you the last while is feeling quite misunderstood by people around you. That's been a constant of your life in some ways, pardon me, but lately you felt a little bit more isolated that way. So I'm going to open up your solar plexus a little bit better for you. Good. Okay. And I'm going to clear your aura because you have been slimed pretty good by the energy of others. So I'm going to clear that out as well and just get some really good light up around you. Orange, bright orange light coming forward for you, Ivy. Good. Okay, that's quite a lot better. Okay. She's a Scorpio and has Scorpio in some strong planets. Okay. Yeah, no wonder. This is your time to shine. And also, probably your time to go WTF too. Okay, Trish, can you tell me what my ancestors want me to know? Trish, I know you've been told this so many times, but it's the first thing they said. They said you are a teacher. You came here to learn, but then you came here to share. We want to see you using your voice more. They said you have done a good job of trying to share what you know with people that are close to you, but it's not just them. You need to extend your voice out further so that more people hear your message and can connect with that energy. And they're waiting. They said they want you to do that. That's what they're asking from you. So I know you've heard that before, but yeah, there you go. They're pushing you. Oh yeah, Ivy said her sacral definitely needs work. Yeah. Uh, it's okay. I get that. Okay. I'm going to jump back into the other chat here. We've got what? About 4 minutes left. Okay, Rebecca said she would love a message about her current housing. She said, my friend is my landlord, but maybe either has changed or I have changed. He feels very narcissistic and disrespectful, and then gaslights that I and other tenants are bad at communicating. It's a little bit of both. I don't feel like you are so bad at communicating. I feel like some of the other tenants are. But I also feel like he has a very, he sees, the world through a very specific lens and has a hard time seeing things from other people's perspective. So it is a little bit of both, but there's some entitlement there in him, that because he is the landlord, that he feels like he should be able to, you know, call the shots regardless. And there's no wiggle room there. So I think that's kind of part of what's going on with him. I don't feel like it's untenable for you per se to live there, and to navigate through that. I feel like you can. I don't feel like you are like his specific target. But I will also say that I think years of being a landlord has jaded him a lot. I think he has changed in that aspect because he kind of has, he's been down the rabbit hole of all of the different challenges of being a landlord. So, honestly, Rebecca, I hope that you being there might be useful for him in being able to kind of release some of that cynicism. So, just continue to do your best to communicate well with him and recognize that part of what you're getting from him is the fact that he's just really burned out on what he's doing, and try not to take it too personally. Helen said, "Oh, she has a friend who uses a Q-tip to pollinate." Yeah, I know. My cousin does it that way too, but I've never done it. I've just left the windows open and let the fan run and had no problems. But yeah, people do that with lots of different things. Oh, and she's a right to left person. Good to know. I really should include that when we do that grounding, that some people will feel more compelled to pull that energy up the right side. Interesting. Yeah. All righty. Well, okay. Just FYI, it looks like there is I have a cloned account. So it looks like somebody is using my name. So if you get a friend request from me and we're already friends, that's not from me. I have not opened a new account or anything like that on Facebook. So just ignore that. Report them. Share it with me if you want to. But anyway, jerks. So many people misusing the internet and ruining it for the rest of us, but whatever. All right. And thank you, Tara, for letting me know that that was the case. Seems like these pop up like every day. So annoying. Anyway, well, you guys, we've pretty much done what we do here. I want to remind you that I am a professional psychic advisor over at 12listen.com. And you can find me over there every day doing readings and healings, animal communication, mediumship. I'll do whatever I can to help. And keep an eye on my Facebook page and on Joyful Goddess over on Etsy. I'm going to be adding some more new things this week. It's lots of fun. You're so welcome, Sid. It's always a joy to be here with you guys, too. So, fingers crossed that this energy improves or at least settles us down a little bit. And we'll get there, right? All right, you guys. Thanks so much for being here. You've been listening to the Katie Weaver Show here on 12 Radio, where we're changing the way you listen to the world.